Top 7 answers on the board. What might a nurse be about to do to a rude patient that would make her say, we can do this the easy way or the hard way?
A shot.
A shot. We're gonna play. Dana?
Yes.
How you doing?
I am doing great, Steve. How are you?
Good, good, good. I've never heard of Chinquapin.
Chinquapin is a very, very small city in Duplin County, but we're known for fishing and corn liquor.
Fishing?
Fishing and corn liquor.
Girl, you looking at a fisherman right
Yes.
here. Now, how you related to all these people?
So, Steve, we are the Sharpless family, and I want to tell you that we love Steve Harvey.
Y'all gonna have to get some fans.
It's church fans. You know, these are church fans. We use these at the church.
Y'all used them at the church?
Information on the back, though. These are the church. And you gotta...
Boy, I didn't know I was at the church.
Yes, the church.
So, okay, go ahead.
So I have my wonderful cousin, Krista, my other cousin, Michelle, my amazing cousin, Kara, and my amazingly handsome husband, Big G, Gerald. Uh-oh.
G, what's up, man?
What's up, bro? Oh, yeah.
G, let me ask something, G.
Yes, sir.
Where you get that fine little thing from?
Well, Steve,
Yeah, tell me about that, G.
I was at a cigar bar, you see.
Huh?
Yeah, that's what I
At
do.
a cigar bar?
Oh, yeah. Yes, okay. And I saw this fine young thing sitting over there.
Yeah.
And I was looking like her. And she was down there talking to a guy about that tall.
Yeah. His little punk ass.
Hey, that's what I was saying.
That's what you said.
That's what I
I
was
know
saying.
exactly what you said. This little punk ass right here. So go ahead.
So, you know, being smooth, I sent her a drink.
In front of him.
Yes.
That's when you really don't
Yes.
give a damn. So you sent the drink over, Gerald.
And then I sent the drink over, gave her a wink. Later on that night, she gave me a phone.
Wow. That's pretty good. All right, let's play. Hey, Krista, what might the nurse be about to do to a rude patient that will make her say, we can do this the easy way or the hard way?
An enema.
An enema. Yeah, we're gonna have to do this the easy way. Hey, Michelle.
Hi.
What might a nurse be about to do to a rude patient that will make her say, we can do this the easy way or the hard way?
A sponge bath.
A sponge bath.
Good answer.
All right, now, what might a nurse be about to do that would make her say to a rude patient, we can do this the easy way or the hard way?
Change the clothes.
Change their clothes.
All right.
All right, now, Gerald, what might a nurse be about to do to a rude patient that will make her say we can do this the easy way or the hard way?
How about a catheter, Steve?
Man, catheter. Ram. We gonna ram in a catheter. Dana, only one strike. What might a nurse be about to do to a rude patient? Well, she'd say we can do this the easy way or the hard way.
How about take their temperature?
Take their temperature. What'll make a nurse say we can do this the easy way or the hard way?
Changing the bedpan.
Changing the bedpan. All right, we got 2 strikes now. We got to be careful who family can steal. Michelle, nurse about to do to a rude patient, make her say, we can do this the easy way or the hard way.
Change the sheets on the bed.
Change the sheets on the bed. What might a nurse be about to do to a rude patient that would make her say, we can do this the easy way or the hard way?
Give them medicine.
Give her medicine. Number 7. 6.
Your ass on YouTube. Your whole damn family on YouTube. Your whole damn family gonna be on YouTube. This about to be on YouTube.
I'm gonna end up on YouTube.
Oh, my dear gracious.